Liverpool got some problems. We have some big problems right now, and it's got to be solved. But I don't think they're as big or as huge as maybe some of us are putting off. And I think they can be fixed, and hopefully they will be fixed with Arne Slot. I believe in him as a manager. If you've watched my last video, you know that I do back him, but things do need to change. But I do want to put everything in context for everyone that might be having meltdowns and freakouts and things like that. But there's some clear things that need to be fixed with this Liverpool team, and it might just be time for this side to mature past a few players. And those players, honestly, maybe Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk. And I don't typically call out specific players for mistakes and things like that and performances in games and single them out. But today they weren't very good. The first goal, Mo is or VVD is doing the whole back turn kind of thing and trying to stop the ball with his back heel and stuff like that. And a lot of people call it like aura defending, right? That he kind of invented. And Reset had a really good point, and he said this in the Discord, is that there's a thin line between being as cool as you like and being lax. And sometimes I think VVD is a little guilty of that, right? And I think most Caicedo should have been closed down. He should have been closed down for that goal instead of giving the room to strike the ball. Wonder strike. Gio almost got his hand on that. Who had a good game today, by the way, and was only beat by shots that were almost unstoppable. So I think we're okay in terms of goalkeeping and in the net and things like that. It's the other areas of the pitch that is the issue for Arne Slot and Liverpool right now, and it's frustrating as a fan. I know it's frustrating as a fan, and I think it's even more frustrating when we know that we have one and two and three more levels more than what we've shown, and we're losing these games and they're close, right? We are much better than what we are showing, and we're giving these results away, right? Which makes it even harder to take. It isn't like these last three teams have been blowing us out of the water and we've just been absolutely outplayed and we're losing to better teams. That's actually not what's happening, right? If you look at the XG, I mean, I think it was like zero 0.8 or something like that. Somebody mentioned in the Discord today for Chelsea. And then the last game, right? And then the game before that, stoppage time winner. And this was a stoppage time winner. It isn't like we're losing 3-0. We're losing 4-0. We're getting played off the pitch. There's major issues and major flaws. That's not what's happening. It's that we know we can do more. We know where the issues are lying. We all can kind of see it, but it's not changing from game to game. And I do have a bone to pick with Arne Slot. Even though I back him, I know some of you guys are going to come into the comments and probably come after me a little bit from that last video, coming after you guys. But him moving Ryan Gravenberg back into the center back position, I said this in the last video, I'll say this again, moving him back into the center back position and moving Szoboszlai in the right back position, which I think is a good choice. The Sabo to right back is a good choice. Ryan to center back is not, because it takes all of our ball carrying completely out of the midfield, and we basically concede to the other team being able to control the midfield. Ryan is the only player in our team, at least right now, that I feel comfortable with him holding on to the ball and delivering it to the right person right now. Maka looked good before he was taken off. I don't know why he was taken off for Endo. I don't think you bring Endo on in a situation like that. And then you put on, we had like six midfielders in the field at one time. It was a little weird, and a lot of these tactics we lauded him for, right, last year, and we loved the way that he tinkered with the squad last year. But right now, some of these are mistakes that don't need to happen, like the goal that ended up winning the game. He turned Ryan, Ryan is not a center back, mind you, right? Cucurella turned Ryan, got the pass over Estevão for a tap in. And I don't even blame Robbo on that one, because honestly, it shouldn't have went past the first man. And it happened very quick, to be fair. And I think it mainly comes with the buildup and our execution in the final third. I believe JL, our boy, who plays, right now, he plays in high school. So he's very close to, real actual game time type of things. He made a really good point, which I thought was good. And I may throw it on the screen right here. It's that We are slowing down a lot of our play. When it's going through the midfield, we instead deliver it out wide. And when you deliver it out wide, it's either going to go to Cody Gakpo, who's not very pacey, and then it's going to go to Mo Salah, who refuses to beat his man, right? Mo Salah just does not do that anymore. So the pace and the way that we are moving through the gears is being immediately almost brought to an halt every time we try to deliver it out wide, which has been the route of service of this Liverpool team for a very long time, especially last year, where 60% of our goal production came from Mo Salah, right? So it's only makes sense. Let's keep feeding Mo, right? But I think we are missing one key benefit and one key factor from that huge season that Mo had, and it was Trent Alexander-Arnold that was behind him. He gave Mo Salah an out and almost a reprieve or an unclog, is like what I called it in the Discord today, from when the play would get stagnant. All Mo had to do was pass it back to Trent, and Trent could hit a diagonal or Hollywood pass that would completely open up the play, even if it landed or if it didn't land, right? Because defenses have to respect that. They have to respect that ability. They have to respect the chance or the probability of Trent being able to find someone with a pass like that, right? So it immediately brings pressure off of Mo, and then it immediately makes the rest of the team respect all of the other parts of the field. We don't have that with Connor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong right now. We do have that to a degree with Sabo, which is why we look much better when he plays at right back than when the other two play at right back. I don't think that's the long-term solution, however, right? There's some of you guys that are just going to say, let's just keep Sabo at right back. Every time he's at right back, good things happen. He set up the goal today, right? And I think he was my man of the match. And let me know who your guys' man of the match for us was, right? Down in the comments. And while you're down there, if it's your vibe and you want to, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. If you do, we're getting close to 10,000. Appreciate all of you guys on this crazy journey. But anyway, let's get back to the game. I don't think that's the long-term solution for this Liverpool team of having Szoboszlai at right back. I think we should be using the players that we bought the right way. Crazy suggestion, but I think we should be using the players that we bought the right way. Let me break it down for you. We bought Kerkez and we bought Frimpong. I don't know what the intention was, but from what I understood, these players are marauding fullbacks that get up and down the pitch really well and are threatening and are almost wingers, right? Kerkez used to be an attacking midfielder, so he has that attacking talent. Frimpong, same thing, played almost as a right winger at Leverkusen. That's where they got the best out of them at their former clubs. When you have Gakpo and Mo Salah both hugging the touchlines, right? And whenever they get the ball stops. There's no progression. There's no passes into the box to Isak, who had absolutely no service today, but still found out a way to impact the game. So I don't even blame Isak. And I don't even blame Hugo. And I don't even blame Wirtz for not producing the way that I think that he should. I think we have to stop playing Salah ball. We have to. Because when it comes to Gakpo or when it comes to Salah on the wings, the play halts to a stop and the pass is always backwards. What is Kerkez and Frimpong supposed to do with the ball played directly at them, going back towards their goal? They can't do much. And I said this before, they're almost like bystanders when we don't use a lot of their abilities and the things that they can do as players. The ball should be being played in front of these two players where they can run onto them and be dangerous and dribble past defenders and put pressure on the defense. And that will immediately open up space for Salah on the inside. If they have to deal with Jeremy Frimpong storming past them on the outside, I don't know why Slot is deploying both of these wingers so far out wide. It takes our wide backs out of the game. And then on top of that, when the wingers get the ball, we're losing it almost right away. Salah is either skying the shot, and I think that will come. I think he'll get his boosters laced up, or he's trying to find a decisive pass inside, and it ends up getting blocked out. And guess what the fullbacks have to do? They have to sprint all the way back because it's just VVD and Ibu back there, and try to recover, which is why, follow me, Connor Bradley is getting so many yellow cards right now. because every time Mo Salah tries to find a teammate, whether that's Wirtz, whether that's Isak, which he rarely kind of does, I don't even think they shared a pass with each other today. When we lose that ball, they're running it back down our throats. So essentially, our fullbacks are constantly having to defend counterattacks. That's why we have a leaky defense. And honestly, we should be getting scored on more with the way that we lose the ball in the final third, and we're not. And I think we should take some stock in that, because I do think Ibu's getting a lot of flack. I think VVD maybe he deserves a little bit of the flack that he's getting. I think he could be better this year. But I don't think we've been all that bad defensively, given that our offense is not clicking literally at all. And the only way we're getting goals is through Hugo Ekitike right now, right? Or if Szoboszlai creates something out of nothing, right? That's another aspect of the game that I think the team needs to focus on, is that exactly what I just said. Being able to create something out of nothing. And what I mean by this is imposing your will on the game. Right now, I think only Szoboszlai is the only player in this moment right now, and Hugo, that is able to impose his will on the game and produce a moment of magic when the team needs it right now, instead of having just like a clear-cut opportunity. Isak, that touch to set up the Gakpo goal, is another one of those things, right? So the pieces are there. I do think so. This is a good team. This is a really good team. And I think that's what's annoying the most, bro, about these last 3 losses, is that this is a good team. But they're just not showing that. I don't know if the tactics are being deployed correctly. I don't know if the players just aren't following the manager's tactics, but something does need to change. And I think the main thing is that most of the production needs to go through Wirtz. It has to. You don't pay 100 million plus 20 for a player and have him defer to Salah all the time. You just don't. That first touch when he came on at halftime was all the proof that we needed that all of the plays should have been going through him from then on out. But it kept going. Salah, pass it to Salah, pass it to Salah, pass it to Salah. Hopefully something happens. Salah, wallahi. Like we can't keep doing that. We can't keep passing it to Salah and praying. And I knew this, and I've brought this up many times in previous videos, that Salah taking up 60% of the production last year was going to be a problem. We have to find a way to incorporate these players that we bought to replace Salah in the aggregate. Isak, Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Frimpong, Kerkez. The distribution of the ball has to be spread out more. And I think it needs to go to the guy that can distribute the ball the best in the team. And I think that is Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz is the key to this new look Liverpool team. I don't think he's been playing bad. I think actually we played better when he came back on. And I noticed that he was gone when he didn't start this match today. I noticed we didn't look as good. I noticed that we weren't able to keep the ball in the final third as well as we were been able to when he was starting. Though he hasn't assisted yet and he hasn't scored a goal yet, I do think he's very important to this midfield, because nobody can do what he does on the ball and no one can find passes the way that he can find passes on the ball. Does he need to drop deeper to get the ball? I don't know. Does he have the agility and quickness in the Premier League for the way that they close down to drop deep and turn and then find a pass? I don't know. I want to say yes. For a player you spend $100 million on, you want him to be able to do those things. Or he needs to get in between the lines and take more risk and be more dangerous there. But the ball has to be delivered to him instead of Mo Salah. The fullbacks need to push out wide and be the wingers in this formation. Salah needs to tuck in and get closer to goal so he can be more dangerous instead of trying to be a traditional winger. Bro is 33 now. He ain't got the pace no more. He refuses to beat players, but he still can bury a goal, and we know that. He needs to be almost like a second forward to Isak. And I think Cody Gakpo works better in that role as well, of being able to cut in tight and hit the ball on his right foot. Those two should be second and third forwards to whoever our main forward is. And then Florian then has an option of Isak, Gakpo, Salah, Frimpong out wide, Kerkez out wide, unlimited passing options. Instead of it going to Salah and the only passing option is hopefully a Wirtz that's coming in short, or an Isak who's darting in behind the defender. And we just can't find those two passes right now. And that's what's causing the giveaways and the counters and teams coming right back at us. Our fullbacks having to sprint back and do the things that they don't want to do in the team. That's just what I'm noticing. Those are some of the things that I've noticed in these past 3 games. Is that grounds of freaking out and ringing the alarms? Absolutely not. These are things that can be fixed. And I think that Slot is the guy to fix them. And I think he can fix them. I don't think he's running out of time. I know there's some people that are saying, he may not be the real deal just yet. I don't know. We'll see. This is his first challenge as a manager. He's still very young. I know he looks very old. He looks older and carries himself like an experienced manager, but this is his first major job. Give him some time. I think he will figure this out. I hope he figures this out because I like him as a manager. But time is going to tell, right? We will see. We will see with Arne Slot and how he's able to navigate his first real challenge as a manager. Is he going to be able to make a big boy decision? Get some balls a little bit. Maybe have to drop Mo Salah. Maybe have to have a talk with VVD. That, hey, I'm the manager of this team and you guys are still players. You're legends at this club. But we have to make this team work in this system with the players that we have. And you guys may have to make a compromise in some way, shape, or form. Just like how Robbo had to do it, right? Just like how Trent had to do it last year. He had to make compromises in this team. I don't think Salah and VVD are excluded from those things. But let me know what you guys think down below. Those are just some of my thoughts, some of the things that I saw today and I think needs to be fixed. But credit to Chelsea. They took their chances today. I don't think they were monumentally better, but that Estevão kid is serious, man. He's a good player. I think he was their best player that they had, and I think he was the overall man of the match. When he came on, I think he changed the game for Chelsea and always looked dangerous coming after Robbo. I think Robbo did good defending against him, but he was getting close. And some of those strikes that he hit, Mama Darshvili, Superman saves that he pulled off against Estevão today, and some of the strikes on goal that Chelsea had. So I think it'll get better. I think we can expect a response, but appreciate all you guys for tuning in. We're going to try again next week for the UCL, or I actually think we're on international break, so I don't think there's Champions League next week. But Champions League, when it comes back, we're going to go back live on that and expect more reaction videos like this, man. See you guys later. Comment down below what you guys think. What needs to change with this Liverpool side, man? What's happening? Second place? We can't be second place. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.